many times has it happened to you guys? Either the knots come loose or you snap your cord. To replace the pull cord, we need to take off the recoil mechanism casing, which is situated obviously where the pull cord was. The way you do that is you take off the three, in this particular case, the three retraining screws, the two at the side and the one at the bottom. It's a straightforward process. Okay, that's all three screws off. Make sure you keep those safe. I always put them in your pocket so I know somebody will knock them over. Okay, and here we have the inside of the... So what I need is a screwdriver or a pencil if you haven't got a screwdriver to hand. Your new cord or shortened old cord, plus the handle, and of course your casing. Identify the hole on the casing where the cord goes through and the handle protrudes on this side of it. Also identify the hole that's in the inner wheel. I'll just point to that with my screwdriver so you can see it. In fact, I've got a little yellow arrow there, a little yellow mark that identifies that it's there. Okay, so take that in consideration, that hole there and the hole there. What we want to do is line those two up, and the way we do that is rotate the inner wheel anti-clockwise until you'll feel the pressure. You're having to work and push it quite hard because it will start to resist you, and you want to push it round until you can push it round no further. However, those two holes have got to be lined up. Okay, let's see if we can get one more out of that so it's nice and tight. I think I might get another one. Nope, that's it. I think I've pretty much reached my limit there. I can't push it any more anti-clockwise. So I've now lined up the two holes, the outer casing hole and the inner wheel hole. Now I want that to stay there, and I want it to stay there while I prepare the cord and put the cord in. So all I do is put in that screwdriver or pencil. That means I haven't got to worry about it, it's not going any further. So I'm just going to put that down to the ground. What I need to do now is thread this cord through both holes. Now, what I could do, which is a little bit fiddly, is to try and push that cord through there, and if I was really lucky, it would then go in the hole that's on the inner wheel, which is just there. I've got to be really lucky for that to happen. So what I want to do is push the cord in from this side, and then it's fairly straightforward with a little prod to get it to go through that hole there, and so I can pull it through. Okay, but the problem is I've got my handle. There's no way I'm going to be able to, if I push the cord through that way, the handle's going to be on this side. So what I need to do is take the cord off the handle. And the way I do this on this particular handle is like this. What I want to do is take the handle off so I can get at the cord. I mean, all these handles are different, as I'm sure you've come across. But what we can do is just undo that knot there, so it's released from the handle completely. There we go, take it out and just put that to one side. So now what I normally sort of do, which is the thinnest end as such, because they're the ends I want to push through the two holes. So obviously I want to make it as easy as possible for myself. I think that's probably me thinnest end. Okay, so there's my holes. There's that bit of yellow chalk on there. I didn't put that on, but it's quite useful. Little bit of guidance. But to do this, I'm going to need my specs on to get to that age. So just polish it through that hole there. That will go sort of fairly straightforward through, nice and slowly. It's just trying to curl its way around, but don't worry, I'll get it back in a minute. Okay, that's not bad. Got quite a bit of cord out there. So we've got it through the first hole, and you can see the problems I would have had if I was trying to get it through the second one. So I'm just gonna push that through. Just line it up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. So we've got it pushed through the first hole, and it's poking out towards the second hole. This is where I generally grab another little screwdriver just to give us a little bit of help and point it in the right direction and push it through like that. So now first hole, now the second hole, and pull it through. Don't pull it through all the way though, otherwise you can have to do that again. So I sort of generally want to knot this now so it's not going through, but my way of doing it is putting a double knot on there. Such. I mean, in fairness, I've got a brand new rope here, but actually if you haven't snapped too much off when you've pulled it out and it's snapped, you can actually get away with a shortened rope and cord than you initially started with. Just that's if you haven't got a new one handy. So we've pushed it through, and so what I want to do is put the handle back on. Same sort of process, get it pushed through the hole. This handle's a bit of a contraption actually. Push it through there. Normally you just push through once and you're into where you need to do it. Exactly the same sort of thing again. Another knot. Make it a nice tight knot, because the last thing you want to do is pull and the knot comes off. Generally that's probably what we're doing there. Yeah, test it. There we go. That's on. Okay. So all we need to do now, bearing in mind when we turn the inner wheel, we turned it anti-clockwise, turned it as tight as we can. When I pull out the screwdriver, it's going to want to whip round as fast as it can to the position where the handle is close up to the casing. But I'm not going to let it go mad, just I'll do it under control. And yeah, that's working nicely. And all it requires now is flicking the back onto your pressure washer. Remember where you put your screws. Put them in your pocket. Line it up. I mean, we've got a Honda engine here, so when I took it off, I remembered that the Honda engine, obviously the emblem was at the front there, and I knew that's very level. So all I'm going to do now is put it back together. Go. Okay. Let's just get this last nut in, and then we'll give it a test by firing it up. So we'll put those knots on nice and tight. There we go. There's that. Okay. Back to where we were 10 minutes ago. Switch on. Petrol's on. Choke.